Audience, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the playing of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, and welcome to the Blue Ridge Class of 2025 graduation ceremony. First, I'd like to recognize our school board for their continued support of our school district. Thank you as well to our high school administration, faculty, especially Mrs. Webster, Mr. Woodruff, Mrs. Bailey, Ms. Gillespie, and Mrs. Haley, and our maintenance staff for all their work you've done to prepare our campus for today's celebration. Class of 2025, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your special day. While today is about you, our graduates, it is also a significant moment for your parents, guardians, and loved ones who supported you every step of the way. We all know the sacrifices families make to help their children reach important milestones. So I'd like to offer a heartfelt congratulations to the family of these graduates. Your love and support have helped bring them to this stage today. Class of 2025, let's take a moment and thank your families with a round of applause. Tonight's a celebration of achievement, hard work, and growth. And for me, it's also a bit of a walk down memory lane. 30 years ago, I graduated from Blue Ridge as part of the class of 1995. The campus looked quite different back then. The middle school and this very auditorium were still under construction. And the only phone during our graduation ceremony was a landline hanging in the sound booth. Now, 30 years later, I stand before you not as a graduate, but as your superintendent, a proud member of the school community, and most meaningfully, tonight as a parent. For the past 26 years, I've had the privilege of attending many end-of-the-year school ceremonies. The last 11, I've had the honor of welcoming and addressing our seniors on graduation day. But tonight is different. My oldest daughter is graduating from the same high school I did 3 decades ago. I'm not usually one to get overly emotional, but this has been a little bit different this year. Watching this class, especially my daughter, navigate their senior year has stirred up something a little bit deeper. And I can't go on without mentioning KK, who's been a real dear friend to my daughter for the past 14 years. Also to Andrew, your senior class president, who's been a regular in my home the last few years. Watching the three of them and all of you walk across the stage brings back a rush of memories. And I remember when you started pre-K, coaching some of you in youth soccer and basketball, and also handing out your kindergarten certificates 13 years ago. It also takes me back to 1995, when we carried backpacks filled with textbooks, not Chromebooks, calculators, and maybe a Walkman. We watched TV in a giant wooden console on the floor, and you had to change the channel by getting up and twisting the dial. Phones were attached to the wall, and we prayed no one picked up while we were on the call. There was no social media, no group chats, no AI to help with homework, just our teachers, our friends, and a whole lot of determination. Now, in 2025, your world moves much faster. It is more connected and far more complex. You've grown up amid global changes, technological revolutions, and challenges we couldn't have imagined back then. But you've also grown up with resilience, flexibility, and strength that will serve you for many years to come. When I graduated, I had dreams, but I didn't know what kind of future to help build. You, on the other hand, are already shaping yours. Whether you're heading off to college, trade school, the military, the workforce, or taking time to figure it out, that's perfectly okay. Your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's, it just has to be yours. Life isn't knowing exactly where you're headed. It's about being ready when the unexpected arrives. Back in '95, I never imagined I'd return to Blue Ridge as superintendent and one day hand my own daughter her diploma on this very stage. But that's the beauty of life. It surprises you, challenges you, and if you're lucky, gives you moments like this. To the class of '25, you're not just stepping into your future, we're counting on you to lead it, with empathy, with vision, and with courage. And to my daughter, I'm very proud of you. Watching you grow into the young woman you are today has been one of the greatest joys of my life. Sharing this moment with you is something I'll cherish forever. To all the graduates, thank you for reminding us that whether we graduate in 1995 or 2025, high school is not just about academics, it's about becoming. And you're becoming exactly what the world needs right now. Congratulations, class of 2025. At this time, I'd like to introduce Andrew Kowaleski, our 2025 senior class president, and Riley Phillips, the incoming 2026 senior class co-president, conduct the presentation of the mantle ceremony.
As your class follows ours into senior year, you must seek truth, which leads to understanding you need for a useful life. Be loyal to your class, your school, and your community. Their return of your loyalty will surely enrich your life. Be responsible for your own actions so that those younger may see your example and be themselves influenced toward responsibility. Above all, practice service to your family, community, school, and church. It is through service that we reach toward the highest ideals of humanity. We freely offer this mantle to you with the hope that you will accept the charge that goes with it.
I'm accepting this mantle on behalf of all the members of my class. In doing so, I understand that the charge you have given to us is a very exacting one. It is my hope that we will be able to pass this on to the succeeding class, knowing that we have lived up to the obligations of which it represents. On behalf of my class, I offer congratulations to your class, along with our hopes for happy and successful lives for all of you.
At this time, Aaron Clark will give the salutatorian's address.
Good evening, Blue Ridge staff, family members, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025. My name is Aaron Clark, and I'm the salutatorian of this year's graduating class. It is such an honor to speak on behalf of this class tonight as a reflection of our journey together. Every single person on this stage has earned their place here. It has been a wonderful experience, one that has not always been easy or fun, but it has allowed us to finish and celebrate together. When I was officially told I had to give a speech about a week ago, I wanted to reflect on how I have changed throughout my time at Blue Ridge and the knowledge I have gained here. Senior year was the hardest thing I've ever been through. For the first time, I struggled with coursework. I lost friends. I quit a sport I've loved my whole life. And just this past week, I lost my childhood dog, who I've loved for 17 years. I spent a lot of time lying in bed and picking up extra shifts at work to distract myself from all these changes. Throughout this time, I have not only struggled, but I've leaned on those around me for help. Luckily, I had the best people in my corner. Despite the hardships I faced this year, the lessons I've learned have set me up with confidence for my future. So tonight, I wanted to share with you the lessons I've learned from the 4 greatest people in my corner. The first and quickest lesson I've learned was to become a strong role model. Becoming a big sister may seriously be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. My little brother Kyle may seem stubborn at times, but he's the most loyal kid I've ever known. Kyle will go anywhere or do anything with you, even if it means running upstairs 3 separate times to grab every type of medicine when you're sick. Throughout his actions, Kyle has shown me how proud he is to have me as a big sister, and that makes me want to be even better for him. He may think his sisters forget about him, but I promise you, Kyle, we love you more than you will ever know. My next and absolute favorite lesson I've learned is to be grateful. Sisters share a bond that is truly unmatched by anything else in the world. Sisters care for and protect each other without a second thought. And out of everything in the world, I have been blessed with the greatest sister ever. Emily Jean, I love you more than I love myself. I hope that you know whenever you feel lonely, you remember you have me. My sister has continuously fought for and loved me through everything. She protects me without hesitation, and for that I am grateful. There is no one else I'd rather share this moment with today because my sister has been my best friend throughout all the noise this year. Emily, I promise you no matter what, we will always have each other. Next, and by far the hardest lesson I've learned is to be emotional. My mom might cry about 6 times a day on average. She cries when she's sad, happy, angry, and everything in between. A few years ago, my mom lost her sister, something I don't think I could ever deal with myself. I think a lot of people who are grieving are told to be strong for their kids and loved ones, but my mother shared her emotions with us. She allowed us to not only see what grief was, but she showed us how to process it. She taught us how to express and feel every emotion without fear. She showed us it's okay to feel anything and everything we can, to not be scared of crying, screaming, or even laughing. And I have her to thank for the person she's taught me to be today and the person I'm growing into. The last and longest lesson I'm learning comes from a man some of you may know and love. My father is one of a kind. He knows someone everywhere we go, and he makes most people laugh, even when the jokes are at his kids' expense. And if you have the privilege of knowing him, you probably know he's bawling his eyes out in the front row right now. I haven't always had confidence in myself, but my dad is undoubtedly in my corner, no matter what. Whether it's making it to every single special occasion or defending my honor in a Facebook post or two, he does it with no questions asked, especially with no questions asked. He is teaching me to be brave and to believe in myself even when I doubt everything. I have learned to understand my worth and protect my peace because my father has been my role model. He is the greatest gift to our family and continues to be my rock. So class of 2025, I hope you take the knowledge you've gained from your time at Blue Ridge and to use it to become the best versions of yourself. Take every easy, hard, best, and longest lesson you've learned and help them make you better, help you grow. Every single person on this stage is an example of success, but this accomplishment will not be your last. You can be a role model and push the boundaries, be grateful and make new memories, be emotional and push through hardships, stand up and speak your truth. Fight through lessons you didn't want to learn and enjoy the moments you've worked so hard for. And as Miss Motika has always told me, and I tell all of you, you are loved. So find the people in your corner and lean on the ones you already have. And when it's time to learn new lessons, be brave and let the others guide you. Thank you, Blue Ridge, for every lesson, good and bad. Please welcome Emily Hansen, class valedictorian.
Good evening, Blue Ridge staff, family members. Wait, hold on. There we go. Good evening, families, friends, staff, and the reason we gather here tonight, the class of 2025. If you told me as a freshman that I was going to be speaking in front of you today, I would have probably laughed in disbelief. But here I am, grateful and honored to have achieved this accomplishment with the help from my fellow classmates and the support from my mentors and family. Throughout this journey, we've all been incredibly lucky to have friends who've stood by us through it all. For me, Marissa, who I consider a part of my family at this point in my life, has been my voice of reason all of high school. She's the one person who I can count on to always tell me the truth, even when it's not what I want to hear. She's not afraid to call me out when it's needed. And Bella, who has pushed me to be more outgoing in my everyday life and has helped me step out of my comfort zone in more ways than I can count, just by being herself. Together, they've shaped who I am, and I'm beyond grateful to have grown up with them by my side. I also want to thank 2 teachers who have made a lasting impact on my life, Mr. Orner and Mrs. Davenport. From Mr. Orner's sarcastic remarks and teasing jokes to Mrs. Davenport's unconditional love and understanding of our senioritis as she is also closing her chapter at Blue Ridge this year. They have taught me how to push myself beyond what I thought I was capable of, which I will forever cherish. They didn't just teach lessons from textbooks, they paved a way for all of us to succeed. The last person I want to thank is my mom. She's been my biggest cheerleader since day one, and I can confidently say that she's the reason I'm standing up here before you today. She has taught me that perfection is unrealistic, whether it's with my own self-doubts or within my academics. She has shown me how to push myself through difficult times and strive for my goals, knowing that setbacks are merely a stepping stone towards growth and success. She's never let me doubt my future or my goals, and her unwavering support has given me the confidence to pursue my dreams. With all my heart, I am truly thankful that I get to call you my mom, and I'll always keep with me your words of encouragement and wisdom. I could go on about the impact these figures have had on me forever, but I think it's time we listen to a special message from the reason we're here.
Hi, Aled. I'm Cassidy, and we love lunch.
My name's Logan Haley, and my favorite thing was field days and hanging out with Mom.
Recess. Recess.
We love weightlifting class.
I'm Derek. And I'm Owen, and our favorite memory is tying foot shoes for boys.
Hello, my name's Brian, and my favorite memory is school.
My name is Riley Hayes. My favorite memory was field days and playing sports.
My name is Brandon Carpenetti. My favorite memories were field days and playing sports.
I am Patrick. My favorite memory is Tyler. My favorite memory is spending time with my family.
I'm Carly Lamar, and one of my favorite memories from senior year was probably lunch with my friends.
I love laughing about things in life.
Hi, I'm Braddock Love, and I really love being captain of the soccer team and going to homecoming every school year, and I'm looking forward to this year's team run.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Brooke.
And I'm Marissa.
And we love eating lunch with Miss Davenport.
Never, Abby. Never. I'm Jaden. I'm Mason. I'm Aaron, and we love field days.
My name is James Verrilli, and my favorite senior memory, well, there's just too many to remember.
I am McKenna, and I've enjoyed spending the last 3 years with my friends.
Our favorite high school memory is having Miss Davenport as a teacher.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Smith, and my favorite memory is probably fought because I couldn't finish school.
My favorite future memory is graduation, because we're getting out of here.
My name is Piper Joe, and my favorite thing is annoying Miss Cross.
Piper Joe, get out!
I think my favorite high school memory was evenings at Elk Mountain and speaking with my friends.
I'm Sienna, and I love going on trips.
Who am I here with?
Logan Sletto.
And what was your favorite high school memory?
Definitely field days from last year.
Awesome.
My name is Bridge Smith, and my favorite memory from this year was probably field days.
Hi, I'm Emma Pachaki, and our favorite senior memory was especially the Shiva Fly!
I'm Michael. I'm Logan. I think ski club is awesome. I love ski club.
I would have to say one of my favorite moments of the school year, and especially senior year, has to be Miss Bennett's ferrets, because holding them is so much fun, especially when they're wiggling around and they're trying to jump out of your hands. And also all the great memories I got to make with people I'm graduating with, and I wish you all luck, have fun, and until we meet again.
I would like to make a quick thank you to Mrs. Tench for helping put that video together, but now to my class. As we sit here today, eager to finally be free of high school and move on to the next chapter of our lives, I want to take a moment not just to look forward at what our future holds, but to look back at all of the amazing memories we've created here in this very building. High school has been more than just a series of assignments, grades, and deadlines. It's been a collection of memories, some big and some small, but all of them meaningful to us in the end. It's the late night conversations, the laughs at lunch with your friends, the pep rallies, the hallway hellos and smiles, the music blasting on the way to school, the chaos of group projects and presentations, the walking in late every day, and the endless conversations with your teachers about the same assignments needing to be turned in that have made this all worth remembering. These moments may have just seemed ordinary at the time, but they have become the foundation of something extraordinary that I know any one of us would give anything to just be able to walk through those hallways one last time. Even though our class may have struggled with unity at times, these memories are proof that we may have actually enjoyed high school a little bit more than we care to admit. So, my fellow graduates, we may not get to control everything that happens to us, but we do control what we choose to do with our lives in every moment. So go out and make the memories that you will be proud to look back on, the kind that moving forward in life just a little bit harder because of how much they meant. You can start by letting this moment be the first of many that you'll never forget because we, the class of 2025, did it. At this time, I would like to welcome Mrs. Beth Vaccaro, AP Honors Science and Math teacher, to deliver this year's message to the graduates.
Hello, everyone. As you just heard, my name is Beth Vaccaro, and I'm a science and math teacher here at Blue Ridge, and I will be back to you in just a moment. Hello, class of 2025. As you know, I am going to talk for 5 minutes, which is really 10 minutes. We'll be done before the bell, and don't pack up until then. All right. Okay, so I've had most of the students on stage in class for one thing or another over the last 4 years. I've also had the privilege of reading and responding to their reflection journal entries this year. Yeah, you might not have known, but I actually read all of them. Since I'm old and don't really have hobbies, I've also seen your kids at sporting events and concerts and volunteer activities. I've even spent a little bit too much time with them on a bus or a boat or a golf course or dodging axes. You know, these things happen. While I don't know any one of them as well as you know your particular child, I feel like I have seen the class as a whole in a way most of you haven't. Also, I had the pleasure of being here for Honors Night last night, and many individual students got well-earned rewards. But I noticed there were some categories of things that weren't addressed last night, so I thought I would sort of take advantage of this moment. So please stand and be recognized, members of class of 2025, as these things apply to you. Please stand if, as a senior, you were called to the office for missing excusals. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You may sit. Okay. Please stand if you slept on a bus to SECTC or back. Okay. Thank you. Please stand if you beat your personal best on a video game on a school night. Patrick Mullen, where are you? Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah, that's what I thought. Please stand if you would have failed if Mrs. Steck didn't keep charged Chromebooks in her library. Thank you very much. Please stand if you have had a sudden epiphany in the power of sunscreen in the last 2 weeks. Thank you. Please stand if, as a senior, you have stopped for Dunkin' after morning announcements have already started. Thank you. Please stand if you were happier out hunting and fishing more than any class at Blue Ridge. Thank you. Please stand if, as a senior, you forgot you had a quiz until you actually sat down at the desk. Thank you very much. Okay. Please stand if you asked to leave early to avoid the purge. Feel free to ask your seniors about any of these things later. Please stand if you decided you liked your pets way more than you liked anybody in this building. Thank you. Please stand if you have decided not to argue with Mia, Patience, or Brandon when they are holding anything sharp. Did you not see them with axes, people? I'm not going near them. Okay, only a couple more and then you guys all get to clap. Please stand if you have smiled at somebody at the store just because they went to Blue Ridge. Thank you. Please stand if, as a senior, you dropped everything to help a friend. Thank you. Please stand if you tried something really hard this year. You should be really proud of your sons and daughters. We all are. All right, now for you folks. Many of you have heard far too many stories from me, but I think I have one more that might be relevant today. My dad was the oldest of 16, and I grew up 5 miles from my grandparents' house. My youngest aunt was only 3 years older than I was. And what that meant for me is I grew up in a place where it felt like everybody thought they knew me. And depending on which relative they thought of when they heard my last name, they all had very clear ideas of who they thought I was and what I was like. By the time I was ready to graduate high school, I was really ready to go. I thought I would leave and not look back. Some of you might relate to what I'm talking about. I did leave, and I got a chance to redefine myself, to figure out who I was when nobody was telling me who I was. I want that for all of you. What I didn't understand at the time, though, was that my family, for all its good and bad points, had a huge part in shaping who I am, even today. My work ethic, my sense of humor, my fondness for Duncan, all came from that family. Here's the bad news. For you, Blue Ridge is part of your giant, dysfunctional, weird family. They know way too much about you. You got Mom. The audience thinks that Mom is Mrs. Webster. We all know it's actually Mrs. Haley. Yeah. You got the crazy uncle who's happiest talking about music you've never heard of. I don't know if Mr. Bittner made it tonight. You have the other crazy uncle who'd rather be walking in the woods. To be honest, you have more than one of them. Mr. Orner, Mr. Bittner, I could go on. You have the cousins who are young and cool enough that you really want to be friends, but aren't young and cool enough to want to be friends with you. They just want to tell you what to do. Mrs. Heeman, Miss Gillespie. Okay. Heck, you even have that really cool older teacher with a good sense of humor who always seems she probably has great, not really appropriate for school stories. Always happy to have you in her room. You know, Mrs. Davenport. Yeah. For those in the audience who are wondering, I'm that generally nice but slightly odd woman with way too many plants that has always been around, even though you're not sure how she's related to anybody, and your mom says you have to call her aunt and she won't leave. Yeah, well, anyways, back to the story. You get the idea. Okay. This family knows how to push every button and knows all of the dumb things you have done growing up. They remember your bad haircut from 4th grade, the time you wore your sweatshirt backwards, that very unfortunate crush you had on that really wrong person, and they are perfectly happy to remind you of all of those things at exactly the wrong time. It will feel so good to walk away from all that baggage. On the other hand, this weird, blended red and white family of ours has the person who remembers that amazing shot you took to win the game, the person you told that other time, the other crush liked you back, that other person who liked your favorite book or favorite musician or favorite team or favorite pizza all at the same time you did. Somebody here, probably somebody on the stage, has talked to you about your goals and your fears, and your hopes and your dreams. It's hard to process that you will probably never in your life have as much shared history as you have with the people on this stage right now. Like me at 18, you are both thrilled and terrified to leave this place that has been home for a long time. It seems like sometimes it would be easier just to stay where you know the rules, you know the people, you know the relationships. But here's the thing. We want you to leave. Yeah. Not because we don't care, but because it's our job and our duty and our honor to get you ready for the next step. My parents and family still live in Rhode Island, but they also are right here with me in my moral code and my outlook on life. Blue Ridge will be here for you when you need us, here in this building, but more importantly, in the lessons and the relationships you have learned. You don't ever have to be here for us to be with you. Trust me, you can't run far enough or fast enough. We will be here and we'll be watching with fingers and toes and some of us eyes crossed, hoping that we get to see you become the very best versions of yourself. Come back and visit. We'll be here, this very strange little family of ours, with a hug, because we want to see what happens. And I almost made it without choking up. So close. Good luck, class of 2025. Believe it or not, we all love you.
Please welcome Ms. Jessica Wright, School Board President, for her remarks.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight at graduation. It is always such a pleasure to be asked to speak to our graduates for this momentous night. I get to be the lucky one to tell you that your community is so excited for you and so proud of everything you have done to get here tonight. And tonight is just a little bit more exciting, being that it's the end of a full Strawberry Moon week. Your moon this week wasn't just full, but it was pink, low to our atmosphere, and picture-worthy, just like you tonight. And today is also really special since it's the one and only Friday the 13th in all of 2025. For some, this day may bring extra nervousness for unlucky occurrences, but we know that the number 13 is actually pretty wonderful. For numerologists, 13 is a powerful karmic number associated with creativity and independence. At this point, you might be thinking to yourself, why on earth am I telling you about these two phenomenons that happened this week? It's because you are like Friday the 13th and that strawberry full moon. You are bright and shining and unique in your own way. And if there's one message I want to leave with you today, it's this. Don't be afraid to be different. Be afraid of being the same as everyone else. We live in a world that often encourages fitting in, to follow trends, follow the crowd, follow the right path. But real growth, real success, and real joy come from when we learn to follow ourselves, our own voice, our own spark. As Oscar Wilde once said, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Each one of you will walk across this stage and carry a story no one else has lived. Your background, your dreams, your strengths, your flaws, they all make you irreplaceably you. And the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs you, your perspective, your ideas, your changing things for the better. Being unique isn't always easy. It can be lonely and uncomfortable and even risky. And that's also where the power is. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history, science, art, leadership, came from those who dared to think differently, act boldly, and stay true to themselves. So as you step into the next chapter, aim not to blend in, aim to stand out. Be exactly who you are. Congratulations, class of 2025. Keep being you. The world is waiting. At this time, our graduates will be presented with their diplomas.
Andrew Michael Kowaleski. Emma Teresa Pachaki. Isabella Italia Shea. Emily Rosemary McCarthy. Kaylin Marie Brandt. Emma Jane Marie Button. Erin Nicole Clark. Emily Renee Hansen. Marissa Marie Fisk. Brooke Elizabeth Kelly. Jana Catherine Weed. Malia T. Lee. Carmen E. Gamar. Jaden Anthony Barilli. Tyler Joseph Benedict. Carlicia C. Mayancella. Avery Rose Thomas. Aaron Michael Grimesman. Owen Michael Martin. W. Dawson Stepniak. Maxton M. Kusenich. Garrig Dibble. Mason Christ. Troy Hankey Jr. Micah Finley. Alana Corinne Thornton. Z. Ping Edwards. Hope. Hope Elizabeth Ann Treadway. Patience Marie Luce. Allie Marvin. Lucy Ann Eaton. Jaden Allen Garnett. Piper Joe Callan Tripp. Big smiles. Logan Michael Haley. Logan M. France. McKenna Riley Thomas. Brandon James Carpinetti. Chastity Cheyenne Fisk. Mia Camille Brewer. Cassidy L. Delaney. Jesse Robbins. Aiden J. Choplowski. Riley A. Hayes. Braddock Richard John Lusk. Hannah Bednards. Did it. Destiny G. Hill. Nevaeh Parrington. Olivia Gerba. Stacy Diane Gardner. Ashley M. Sanchez. Alex Sanchez. Tyler Dennis Carvin. Patrick J. Mullen. Bruce W. Odell. William Evans. Michael J. Ellen. Thomas Brandon Blewett. Braden Reed Smith. Brian Andrew Derrick. Connor Austin Blewett. Logan Soletto. Jackson Thomas Donovan. Deacon John Jacob Carvin. Look at him. Look how he smiles. Tyler William Palmer. Last but not least, Josue A. Toban.
Class of 2025, let me begin with a question. What kind of life do you want to live? Because here's the truth. The quality of your life will always be shaped by the quality of your decisions. Not just the big ones, but the small, everyday choices. The decisions to show up, to be present, to take responsibility, to keep going even when it's hard. You were in 6th grade when I first became your principal. It was my first year as principal too. I've watched you grow through middle school, high school, and everything in between. We've seen it all together, the challenges, the changes, and the moments that it felt impossible. 26 of you are entering the workforce in full-time jobs, 37 are college-bound, and 1 will attend college while serving in the military. Troy Hankey will be entering the Air Force ROTC program at Wilkes University, a decision that reflects courage, commitment, and a clear vision for his future. Will Evans showed us that motivation firsthand when he showed up all dressed up to a graduation practice on Wednesday. I thought he had the picture day schedule all mixed up, but no, he had a job interview right after practice. The drive and ambition we saw from our co-op students this year, many of whom are stepping into trades, launching careers, or even building businesses on their own, is nothing short of inspiring. Wherever you're going, the path you've chosen matters. Each one of you has taken a step toward independence, and that deserves recognition. Whether you are wearing a uniform, stepping into a trade, or heading to the classroom, be proud of your next step. Emily Hansen read my mind in her speech, so I know you were all aware, and still, so many of you showed up late daily, and you owe Ms. Gillespie an apology. The only thing you forgot to mention, Em, is that you and your classmates usually came in with a Dunkin' Donuts or an energy drink in hand. In fact, your class holds the unique honor of being the reason we'll no longer have a first period AP study hall. Aaron Klock, your speech about how much each of your family members means to you truly stood out. It was heartfelt and a beautiful reminder of what matters the most. Not everyone may feel as close to their family as Aaron does, but most of us have someone in our lives who shows up for us. Someone who loves us, supports us, sacrifices for us. Be sure you tell them. Say the I love yous, because life is short and someday you wish you had said it more. At our Veterans Day Assembly, we heard a message from Kenny Thomas, a former United States Army Ranger. You fight for each other. You don't have to like one another, but you've got each other's backs. That's the lesson I hope you carry with you. Even if it didn't always show up in this class, it's something the world desperately needs. People who show up not just for themselves, but for others. Because the world doesn't need any more bystanders, it needs doers. People who act, who care, who take chances and make change. And I believe that's you. Let's talk about the senior trip for a minute. This year, 44 students traveled to Virginia Beach for what turned out to be an unforgettable trip. It was a time to relax, to laugh, to get to know one another in a way we don't always get to during the school year. We loaded up a box truck on Thursday and sent Mr. Nebbs off early Friday morning with more beach gear and luggage than anyone thought humanly possible, including a few bags that were large enough to fit a small adult, Piper, Joe, and McKenna, who could barely lift their bags up by themselves. Mrs. Bailey had only one rule on that bus, and she made it very clear during our last senior meeting, every time we loaded, and then again, just in case anyone forgot. There were no number twos. None on the way there, not on the way back. It became a running joke of the trip, but we all knew she meant business. We arrived and hit the beach Friday. Saturday, a group of 9 guys played a round of golf. That's what they gave me. They gave me a golf ball. I guess I lost too many. That evening, we headed to Tribal Acts, where the employees had nothing but compliments for how respectful and skilled you were. In fact, they were so impressed, they brought out extra weapons for you to try. Who knew axe throwing would be your hidden talent? Sunday morning started with a surprise wake-up birthday serenade from Mr. and Mrs. Thornton to celebrate their daughter Alana's 18th birthday. Later that day, a group of 11 went deep-sea fishing. I don't know exactly what happened out there, but let's just say Mr. Nebbs' boat couldn't seem to land a fish, while Mrs. Vaccaro's, who was not far away, her crew was pulling in monsters so big they couldn't even keep them. That afternoon, we spent 3 hours at the go-kart park, and it was an absolute blast. It had just rained, so we practically had the whole place to ourselves. I have to call this out. There were 3 separate employees that pulled me aside to warn me about one of our girls. They pointed in the direction of Miss Emily McCarthy and said, "She does not care who she takes out." Meanwhile, Braddock, Riley, Troy, and Will signed the waivers and raced the big go-karts as the rest of us watched and cheered them on. In the end, Troy took the victory. On Monday morning, we packed up, loaded the box truck one more time, and sent Mr. Nebbs heading north, while the rest of us made our way to Busch Gardens. It was hot. Many of us were burnt, tired, and let's be honest, we were ready to head home. But we sucked it up, made the best of it, because others were raring to go. They had bought fast passes, were determined to hit every big coaster there was. That's how this class is, though. Even when they aren't always the best of friends, they're accommodating to one another. They know how to compromise and keep moving forward together. Lucy, Alana, and Jana tagged along with the coolest chaperones ever, and we hit up a few rides before finding our comfort zone in the little kid area, where we happily rode a coaster a little more our speed. We wrapped up the day with a relaxing train ride around the park, and to our surprise, we were not only the only VR folks on board. We took over the caboose with Logan, Dawson, Tyler, and Aaron, the perfect low-key ending to a whirlwind weekend. I want to take a moment to celebrate a few standout moments and memories from this class this year. They're milestones that speak to your talent, dedication, and heart. Andrew ended his high school golf career in an unforgettable fashion with a hole-in-one on the final round. What a way to finish strong. Emily Hansen was selected as a Scranton Times Scholastic Superstar, chosen from among all of the schools in Susquehanna and Lackawanna counties. Mia Brewer was chosen as the class speaker for the 2025 SCCTC graduation. Her speech was not only heartfelt, but powerful, celebrating her class and honoring her mother as her strength, her inspiration, and the reason she is the person she is today. Logan and Dawson earned scholarships to have their CDL training and licensure covered 100% and will have their licenses by the end of the summer. What an incredible opportunity and achievement. And if you haven't already, please take a moment before you leave tonight to admire the mosaic tile project hanging in the lobby vestibule. Jana Weed, Carlicia Mayancella, and Allie Marvin. I am obsessed with how amazing it turned out. It will hang here for years to come, welcoming everyone who walks through our doors and reminding us of the beauty this class has left behind. Thank you. So, class of 2025, as you step away from Blue Ridge and into the next chapter of your lives, take the lessons, the laughter, and even the sunburns with you. Show up, be accountable, be resilient, be a doer, and don't forget to tell the people in your life you love them. Before I close, I want to offer a few thank yous. We have to thank our senior class advisor, Mrs. Katie Bailey, for the guidance she provided you throughout your high school career. Thank you, Mrs. Haley and Ms. Gillespie, for stepping in as your school moms from time to time and for helping get this place organized and ready for the amazing celebration that was planned for you tonight. Thank you to Jason McCoskey and our maintenance team for shining this place up, and to Carolyn, Sherry, and Jessica for helping decorate the vestibule so beautifully. A heartfelt thank you to your school counselors and teachers for their dedication and energy they pour into you year after year. Thank you, Mr. LaRusso and Mrs. Tench, for your technical help, making sure everyone who could not be here tonight in person is able to see their loved one as they took one final walk across this stage. It takes everyone's commitment to make a night like this happen, and you are absolutely worth it. Never forget that. And finally, thank you to our administration, school board, and parents for giving us the support and trust to do what we need to do every day for these young adults to be successful and become the best versions of themselves. To the families here tonight, thank you for raising and loving these students into the people they are today. And to the students, thank you for the memories. Thank you for the lessons you've taught us. And thank you for giving us something to be proud of. Class of 2025 is your principal and someone who has had the privilege of watching many of you grow since 6th grade, and some like Emma and Braddock, who I've known before they were even in school. I want to leave you with this. Life won't always follow a straight path. There will be challenges, missed turns, and unexpected moments. But if you keep showing up and keep making meaningful choices and keep leaning into the people who support you, you'll build a life that's not just successful, but fulfilling. You've already left your mark here at Blue Ridge in your accomplishments, your laughter, your growth, and even your chaos. And now it's time to take all of that and make your mark on the world. Congratulations to the class of 2025. At this time, please rise for the Blue Ridge Alma Mater performed by Ms. Jana Weed.
On thy hills of green, like a stately queen, we behold thee, Blue Ridge high. Alma Mater, thou lead thy students now to the paths our minds should follow. Hail to thee, O Majesty, teacher of the truth. Guide and friends, with thee we spend these golden moments of our youth. But the time goes by, and the years will fly with the swiftness of the swallow. Then we'll go our way, but a part of us will stay in the halls of Blue Ridge High. Hail, O Blue Ridge High.
Congratulations to the Blue Ridge High School class of 2025. You know what? We didn't give them the warning. We didn't. We didn't. It's okay. Everybody's okay. Don't worry about it. You don't have to put it back on.